ToeJam and Amp. Earl back in the group. Sign up for our newsletter. Release date March 1st, 2019. Platform PS4 reviewed, XBO, Switch, PC developer A Humanature Studios publisher Humanature Studios Limited run games genre auction platformer. Back in 1991, ToeJam Earl launched for the N, introduced gamers to two of the most rad rappers in the galaxy. Two sequels followed. To bring this project to life, Humanature Studios raised over $500,000. The result was Short answer: yes, it most definitely is. From the second you look, the game opens with a fun little intro video, which sets up the same basic story and gameplay mechanics from the original title. You'll venture through. There are numerous difficulties to choose from, including toddler and easy. Plenty of pesky earthlings in this game threaten to derail your lovely journey back into gaming history. There are loads of familiar. ToeJam Earl Back in the Groove is, at its core, a very fun experience. Skirting around them, special mention must also be given to the music. Cody Wright and Nick Stubblefield, the credited musical. This game does, however, feel more like a love letter to a classic than a fully fledged new experience. Although there are some, all in all, though, you've really got to applaud what Humanature Studios has achieved here. The developers took, basically, whether you've got nostalgic feelings for the original or just fancy picking up a cheap new game to spend a few hours with, ToeJam Earl Back in the Groove is well worth checking out. Connect with us.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.